Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Kenyans must begin asking the tough questions. Why is Professor Kithure Kindiki boycotting William Ruto's events? What is his game plan? Could it be true that he was slapped in quotes as alleged by some quarters? Because you all know the circumstances under which Professor Kithure Kindiki was appointed as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. And Professor Kithure Kindiki promised Kenyans that he was going to be very loyal to the president.
Around you in various capacities. Therefore, Your Excellency, I'm grateful for the honor which you have given me. I promise you, before this congregation and before God, that I will not let you down for the privilege you have given me. Your Excellency, sir, in the same breath of gratitude, I am grateful to all the institutions who have facilitated this process, including the ceremony we are having today.
I am delighted to affirm that our coalition, and indeed our nation, is blessed with many professionals who meet all these criteria. Among them, Abraham Kithure Kindiki stands out for his exceptional qualifications, extensive experience, and wide-ranging accomplishments.
But the question we must ask ourselves now is, why is Professor Kithure Kindiki boycotting William Ruto's events? Because you all know that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objectives. Nothing in politics just happens for the sake of it. There is no way Professor Kithure Kindiki can just decide to start boycotting William Ruto's event without an objective. What is he up to? Because you all know that William Ruto was in Kisii for the NDA party. Professor Kithure Kindiki was missing in action. Someone like the senator for Kisii explained to Kenyans well in advance that he was not going to attend that event. I'm 100% sure that Kindiki received the invitation. He never communicated anything. So let's assume that was just by the way. Then there was another event in Siaya, which was attended by the president and the Ugandan president, Yoweri Museveni. Again, Kindiki was missing. I've been trying to ask myself why he missed that event, because that would have been his first visit to Nyanza as the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. Because remember, one of the reasons why Rigathi was impeached was because he was kind of more of a tribal leader. So it was an opportunity for him to visit Nyanza. He decided to boycott, which was okay. Then there was another event in Bungoma, the burial of the Speaker of the National Assembly's mother, Moses Masika Wetangula. For me, I never imagined that he would boycott that event, because Wetangula is a learned friend. Wetangula was a co-principal in Kenya Kwanza. Wetangula is the speaker, facilitated the removal of Rigathi Gachagua and paved way for him. He decided to boycott. Yesterday, Professor Kithure Kindiki emerged and he gave some funny explanations.
I'm left with a few hours. My holiday is coming to an end. and therefore I need to enjoy whatever is left and ignore everything else. Ignore everything else. Completely. Completely. Just ignore everything else. Yeah. Don't fall into the trap of triviality and small things and small issues and little things and so forth. We have a business. I am glad His Excellency the President allowed me a few days off. I feel so energized. And I believe that this is the year that all of us, we will rally, support the President, and take Kenya to the next level. Asanteni sana. And that is my prayer today for Kenya. That is my prayer for all of us. That is the President's prayer. We pray that as much as we want to take Kenya forward, make it have the best roads, better connectivity for power, better amenities, better schools, better health facilities. We are also praying and we yearn for a country where we have some values that define us.
The funny thing is that those explanations he gave during another event, a wedding of the son to one of the cabinet secretaries, CS Miano. And you look at it, you wonder, a wedding of the son to the PS and the burial of someone who has been with you for a long time, the mother. He just wanted to surface to issue that statement. And then after that, there were these flyers which emerged yesterday that Professor Kithure Kindiki was supposed to join the president, who was going to be the chief guest during some interdenominational prayers in Kerio Valley. Again, that event is supposed to be today. He missed that event. Instead, his team released some Thanksgiving service somewhere in Embu. The question we must ask, why is Professor Kithure Kindiki boycotting William Ruto's events? Before you get into all those details, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. Ladies and gentlemen, why is Professor Kithure Kindiki boycotting William Ruto's events? Because it's not normal. In fact, it has been going on for a very long time. Why? For me, number one, it could be Professor Kithure Kindiki's strategy to win the sympathy of the mountain. Remember, Rigathi Gachagua was impeached. But Rigathi Gachagua managed to go and convince the mountain that he was being targeted. So he appealed to their emotions and managed to win their sympathy. So today, majority of the people of the mountain are sympathetic to Rigathi Gachagua. And it's as a result of his strategy of winning their sympathy. Maybe, I'm just saying maybe, Professor Kithure Kindiki has realized that he was being viewed as someone who was being used to fight a fellow Kikuyu or someone from the mountain. But now, he's appearing as if he's being fought, just the way Rigathi was fought. So the mountain will be like, okay, that's our son. Why don't we just rally behind him? Some of them will start buying the narrative that Professor Kithure Kindiki is being targeted. And that's why this idea of Kindiki being slapped, I don't buy it. It is intended to create the impression that the Kalenjins or the Kalenjin mafias are the ones. But the truth is, it could be Professor Kithure Kindiki's strategy of winning sympathy of the mountain. Number two, And this could be true that Kindiki is boycotting this event as part of his strategy of communicating with Ruto about something he is not happy about. You know, Rigathi was not very happy with a lot of things. And one of the things Rigathi Gachagua was not happy about was the fact that someone like Oscar Sudi would actually issue commands to him. We are also now hearing that Kindiki is not very happy by the fact that Farouk Kibat is issuing orders to him. And that if he says no, I don't know how that's true anyway. But I'm looking at it from that perspective that something is wrong. There's a fallout. Either Kindiki is being frustrated and is not happy about it. I want to ask you a question. Why do you think William Ruto decided to appoint Kindiki as the deputy president but failed to give him a ministry? Because if I were the president, what I would have done, I would have given Kindiki the ministry for interior. Maybe part of it. So that he could have a portfolio. Because we all know that the office of the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya is actually working at the mercy of the president. Yeah. So because they wanted to disapprove Rigathi, it would have just been okay for Kindiki to be assigned a ministry. That did not happen. But what followed? Ruto picked a Kalenjin, Kipchumba Murkomen, to be the cabinet secretary for interior, one of the most powerful dockets. In fact, if Kindiki were to be given an option, he would have still stayed as the cabinet secretary for interior. That's number 2. Number 3, it could also be Kindiki's strategy to try and dissociate himself from Kenya Kwanza failures or Kenya Kwanza baggage. Let me take you back to 2018. By the time Kenyans were going to the elections in 2017, Kenya Kwanza, was it Jubilee government by that time, had lost a lot in terms of public support because they were viewed as a government which had failed. They had overborrowed. So many things were not working. In fact, their re-election was just by the grace, which most people believe they rigged. Then Raila Odinga had the handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta in 2018. Raila Odinga started defending the government. William Ruto, who was the deputy president then, started figuring out how he could get out of that mess. So he started blaming government failures on Raila Odinga. To an extent, even up to today, there are people who still blame Raila Odinga for Uhuru Kenyatta's failures, while we all know that Ruto served as the deputy president. I'm looking at Kindiki and I see a similar strategy, though a bit different, but I think he doesn't want to be seen to be the face of Kenya Kwanza because maybe he has realized that Kenya Kwanza has really failed Kenyans. They have become very unpopular. So he's trying to go a bit slow, especially, if you join William Ruto and he makes promises, because William Ruto will always make promises. He'll go to a place, get a microphone, William Ruto will make a promise, and those promises are empty. And as the deputy president, is the principal assistant, which means he will have to carry those burdens. So in my view, I think Kindiki is trying to dissociate from Kenya Kwanza failures. And lastly, Kindiki is trying to build his own brand. He's trying to chart his own political path away from the shadows of William Ruto. That's the fact. Because remember even the way he was appointed, how he began, but now we are seeing a different person. In my view, he's trying to create his own brand image away from the shadows of William Samoei Arap Ruto. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.